Welcome back. I am so excited for today's video. I am going to show you my complete living room makeover. So if you haven't seen my house tour of our new house, which we've been in for about 3 months now, this is the living room. It is kind of a weird shape, but honestly, I just love all the tall ceilings, the different architecture. I love everything about it. But it did create a little bit of, how am I going to make this living room work? But I am so excited. As you can see, our house was built in '92, and I'm pretty sure they haven't done much to it since then. It's kind of this brown color and, kind of outdated. So this is where we started. We just put our furniture in here when we moved in, just kind of some random things tossed together, and then it was time to paint. And let me tell you, these ceilings are so tall. I had to get up like really high in a ladder, and every time I did, I was like shaking and nervous. And of course I picked a white paint color, so it took like 3 good coats. I ended up painting pretty much my whole main floor pure white by Sherwin Williams, and I do love the way that it turned out. I have used this color in a few of my houses, so I knew that it was going to be wonderful. So what we did was we sold the green couch on Facebook Marketplace, and we put in our regular couches back in this room. They were in our downstairs basement, but I decided to bring them back up. They're just super comfy. We love them. We bought them about like 4 years ago from Crate & Barrel. Absolutely love them. So they're going back up here, and we bought a new sectional for our basement. The white chair that you see over there to the left is the Drew Barrymore chair from Walmart. I will link as much as I can in the description below, but I do love that chair, and I think that I will come up with a really good furniture placement for everything. I don't know why Margot is on the coffee table, but she is. So you see that black kind of a bookcase type of thing in the corner. I ended up not liking it there. It was from Target, so I did take it down, and my husband lovingly returned it for me. It just was not really what I had envisioned. So it kind of took me a little bit to really figure out what I wanted this space to look like. Originally, I was not going to put curtains in this room, but it does get quite a bit of sunlight, and there are just sometimes throughout the day where it's like, I would just like, a little bit more shade or privacy. We have a wonderful view of our neighbor's pool in the back there. So sometimes when they're swimming, it's just like, all right, let's close the curtains and not see anyone. But I did get these from Amazon. They were a great deal. They have the pleated tops on them, which just gives it more of an elegant feel, and I do love that. And these are lined, so they're definitely blackout. When they're closed, you cannot see any sunlight through them. I did have to do 2 sets on either side just because the window is so big, but honestly, I love doing 2 sets anyways, because it gives it a more fuller look on each side. So even if you don't necessarily need to, it does help just elevate your space a little bit. The curtain rods are also from Amazon. I have gotten these in my past like 4 or 5 houses, and I just love them. They're a nice, simple design, a modern look. They've been pretty sturdy. So I have like a really good eye when it comes to leveling things. So a lot of the time, you'll see my husband be hanging the things because I go back and look at it and tell him like to move it up or down just a little bit. I was blessed with an eye that can really tell when anything is just like slightly off level. And as you can see, these are pretty high just because the architecture in this room with the ceilings. And normally I would suggest putting your curtain rod as high up as you can go, like maybe an inch or 2 from the ceiling, and as far out, like maybe 6 to 8 inches away from the edge of the window. But as you can see, our windows are kind of weird, so we just had to go in between them, which works. I do need my mom to hem the bottom. They are definitely just a little bit too long. So when she has the time, I will have her shorten these up for me. The next step is to get rid of all the honey oak trim. And honestly, it's all over my house. Honey oak trim, honey oak doors. So I'm going to take the time and paint these windows. They are wood. If you have vinyl windows, those are definitely not going to be paintable, but the trim around them will be. So if you have that honey oak color or you want something different, take the time and paint your trim. It will make such a huge difference. I did white around the outside in a semi-gloss, just in pure white, same color as the walls, but a different sheen. And then I painted the windows black just to give it a nice little pop. I had to grab a super small brush right here, just like a craft brush to get in the smaller spaces. And normally I would suggest priming anything first, but I was just like, I just want to get this done. It was one of those projects where I put it off and I was finally like, I've had enough. I have to just finish this project. So I just did that really fast. It's also hard to get like a good video of windows just because it affects the lighting so much. But that part is done. The next step was to add a picture above the couch. And I'll be honest, by the end of the video, I will have taken down this picture. So I had it up probably for about a month. And I think it was just one of those things where it was like, I love this picture. I found it at HomeGoods and I just kind of wanted something simple there. But then once I put everything together in the room, like the sideboard that will go in the corner and the pictures over there, it was like, it just didn't quite fit how I wanted. So I might use it somewhere else in my house, but I think it just goes to show that like, don't be afraid to change things up or take something back that you thought would work and didn't. Or if it's been too long, I actually love selling things on Facebook Marketplace. And then I take that money and buy something different. But this was like a nice modern picture. I really liked that it was unique and different, like not something that you'd normally see. I absolutely love shows like Married to Real Estate and Property Brothers that kind of have that more contemporary vibe. So that's what I was really going for in here. And I had these kind of scribble art circle pictures in my last house. I got them off of Amazon. They come in a set of 2 and I have 2 sets of them. So I have 4 of them. And I was trying to see if they would look good behind the couch. But ultimately, I decided that's not where I wanted them. And I had this space next to my fireplace, which I'm working on that video too, that needed something on it. So I decided just to put 2 of these pictures over there. I also found these amazing end tables at HomeGoods. I bought 2 of them. This one is my favorite. The other one looks a little different and doesn't have as much veining in it, but they are solid marble. Like these things are heavy and they were $100 each, but I absolutely love them. All right, so some things are starting to come along. I did not take a video of me putting together that back corner there. I don't know why. I was just like so excited. I just wanted to get it all set up. But there's a sideboard back there. I'll show you better in a minute. But that's just from Amazon. It's black. It's a nice modern design. The lamp on there I have had for like a few homes now. I got that on Amazon. The picture frames are from Target. The tall tree is also from Amazon and I love that thing. I will link that below for you. It is super tall and I just hate it when like a tree is shorter than me or the same size as me. So like I really love that. So once everything started to come together, I realized that picture was not going to work. So we did take it down and it took me a little bit to make sure like what I really wanted there, but I had 2 large mirrors from our last house and I decided that I would like them here. Mirrors are always great. I mean, they help reflect so much light. If they're facing a window, it really helps bounce off any extra light off of there. I feel like they bring like an elegance and sophistication to a space. So really, if you don't know what to do with a blank wall or an area, I would add a mirror. I have been waiting to add sconces in this house. I am pretty much going to put sconces everywhere I can. These are rechargeable, so you can plug them into an outlet and recharge them. As you can see, the remote makes them change to like high, medium, and low. What's great is these just come right off the wall. There's a base that you attach to the wall, but you can slide the whole thing right there off like really quick. So recharging them is not a problem at all, and you don't see any cords, which I love. Okay, I know faux olive trees are so popular and have been the past few years. I have had this one, I don't know, maybe for a few years, and I decided to put it in here. I love it, but I didn't love the olives on it. It just kind of gave me like more of a vintage Studio McGee vibe, and really what I love in my heart is more contemporary, even just a little bit modern, but probably more contemporary style. So my daughter helped me take off the faux olives, and honestly, I am not sad about it. I did make sure that like I waited a few weeks and really thought it through, because there was no turning back once I took them off, but I love it without them. It's just a little bit more simpler, and your focus isn't like so attached to the olives. It's more focused on the pretty leaves now. So I just love it in this corner. I'd love to get a different pot for the bottom, like a concrete round one, but for now I'll just stick with the one that I already had. And my daughter is wearing a birthday hat because tomorrow is her birthday. She's my youngest and she's turning 7. All right, so back to this sideboard back here. Again, I got this off of Amazon and I do love it. It's a nice, simple style. I put storage anywhere I can in my home. If everything has a place, then it won't be sitting out. So I have things like some games in here that we play. Usually we love to play card games, so like Skip Bo and Uno are in there. I have some candles in there. On the top, I got this cute little lamp from HomeGoods. It is like adorable. And then I got that tray from At Home. That was in the video that I released a little bit ago. And I did not take off the tags yet because I wanted to make sure that I really loved these things and wanted to keep them. And I do. So turning on the light, I don't know, it's just like fun and unique. I like the amber colored glass. It gives it just like a little bit of different color. And I really like the lamp that I have to the left too. I had something different there and I put this one out, and I just love that it gives it a little bit of color in that area. This is a picture of the listing when we were ready to purchase our house. So this is how the previous owners had this room, what it looked like, and then there's the fireplace area too. The dining room was back there, and there's a kitchen to the right as well. And now here's what this space looks like. It is amazing. Like sometimes you forget how far you've come. Like I forget that this room was brown and looked really outdated, and now I feel like it's just fresh and inviting. It's cozy, but also has that contemporary feel to it as well, and I just love it so much. The one thing I don't love is the carpet, and maybe one day we'll replace it, but for now I put a rug over it. This rug was in our last house in our master bedroom because it had vinyl floors and it was cold. So I didn't really need it anywhere else in this house. So I thought, why not cover up that carpet that I don't like with a beautiful rug? And I really feel like it does just bring the space all together. I don't know if you noticed, but there is no coffee table in here. I have a lot of end tables on either side of the couches, so I have 4 in here, but there's no coffee table. And honestly, I went through a few coffee tables in this room until I finally just realized that, you know, the space is a weird angle. It's like a triangle, and I didn't love having a coffee table in there. It'd be nice to have it like for decorations on it, but it was just making it feel pretty tight. And really what happens is we fold our laundry in here. Like, we don't fold it in the laundry room for some reason. It's just been a habit for years and years that we fold laundry in the living room. And when the coffee table was in here, I would always have to move it. And then it would like sit off to the side and kind of get in the way. So I finally just decided I am not going to have a coffee table in here. So that's where we're at for now. However, I do have my eye on some velvet ottomans from Amazon that I really want to get. So I may be getting those sooner than later. Just something to kind of put like at the edges of the couch and to be able to put our feet on them. And the ones I'm looking at are like a dark gray, so I might just bring in a different pop of color in here. The fireplace in this room is a work in progress. I am working on a video for you. It has already gone through so many transformations in the short 3 months that we've been here. And honestly, I'm not done with it yet. So what you see here on this video, it's definitely still going to change. I'm still in the process of kind of living with it now and seeing how I feel about it and maybe some design ideas that might come to mind. But the fireplace is a huge focal part of the room, and I want to make sure that it remains that way, that it is the focal point of the whole space. Our 3 rooms on this main floor, the living room, dining room, and kitchen, are kind of like all together, especially with those high ceilings. They flow together. So I just want to make sure that I get the fireplace right and I do a good job on it. So I cannot wait to show you that video because it has been through so much in just 3 short months. I filmed this on a dreary, rainy day, late in the afternoon, early evening, just so you could get a feel of what it looks like in the evening time. We have the fireplace on. It's a 2-sided fireplace, so you can see it from the dining room. I will definitely show you that in a future video as well. It's just nice and cozy. I love how this room turned out, and I am so thankful that you're here with me and watching this with me and going along this journey with me. Also, yes, I still have some places to paint. As you can see to the top right, I just don't want to get back up on that ladder anytime soon, but I need to get it done. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you back here soon.